Thursday, February 13th, 2020. We're really happy to have in the studio at Audiotree Live, Cheekface. You can play your first two whenever you're ready, guys.
Running water or electricity. Bernie Sanders or Taco Bell. Dunk a basketball or speak every language. It's an infinite loop, wiki sync of the mind. Paper baggage ahead at the document shred. No municipal bonds, no likes, comments, or friends. No one left to bereave on eternity leave. I was bored in a crossfire hurricane. I was walking around in a trash bag. Then I look up in the sky and there it is. Formation of clouds that spells out abolish ice. My eyesight is canceled, my memory is canceled, my feelings are canceled, Chipotle is canceled. I exercise, now I don't sad anymore. I'm taking my kettle back to the pot floor. My body has a message that I'm gonna ignore. It's an infinite loop, wiki sync of the mind. Paper baggage ahead at the document shred. No municipal bonds, no likes, comments, or friends. No one left to bereave on eternity leave. Here, let me explain how breathing works. You suck in and you continue to live. Nothing says self-loathing like the words self-care. Try to clean my shorts with Med-Cal at Madison Square. My eyesight is canceled, my memory is canceled, my feelings are canceled, band practice is canceled. She doesn't want revenge, she wants an apocalypse. I'll be there for you, live at the Acropolis. Don't need a friend with benefits, just a job with benefits. It's an infinite loop, wiki sync of the mind. Paper baggage ahead, at the document shred. No municipal bonds, no likes, comments, or friends. No one left to bereave on eternity leave. It's an infinite loop, wiki sync of the mind. Paper baggage ahead, at the document shred. No municipal bonds, no likes, comments, or friends. No one left to bereave on eternity leave. I'm pulling weeds, the weeds are just some art I made. My canvas for anxiety, think you can fall on that grenade. It's your internship and there's no pay. No room for cream, no room for error or for doubt. No holier than thou or thou. Maybe light snacks are all you need. A giant pretzel could make you feel better. Bored of the dance, I laughed in spite of myself. What side of bread is the side with the butter on it? Listen to your heart,
No.
keep on keeping on.
No.
Just say no to drugs,
No.
eat a healthy lunch,
No.
draw outside the lines,
No.
pay your parking tickets,
No.
buy one get one free,
No.
turn the other cheek.
No.
Just because it's funny doesn't make it a joke. Now stop meditating and take me to go bowl. Use it till it's gone.
No.
Keep on keeping on.
No.
Horse after the cart.
No.
Listen to your heart.
No.
My Hall of Fame and panic is the sport I play. We always play on Saturday. You and I both in uniform. Wherever we go, we take our big ass folding chairs. It's a fantastic way to build a monument. A monument to Ativan. Three-legged dogs don't seem to mind. Take a good idea and do it too much. Bored of the dance, I laughed in spite of myself. What side of bread is the side with the butter on it? Listen to your heart.
No.
Keep on keeping on.
No.
Just say no to drugs.
No.
Eat a healthy lunch.
No.
Draw outside the lines.
No.
Pay your parking tickets.
No.
Buy one get one free.
No.
Turn the other cheek.
No.
Just because it's funny doesn't make it a joke. Now stop meditating and take me to go bowl. Use it till it's gone.
No.
Keep on keeping on.
No.
Horse after the cart.
No.
Listen to your heart.
No.
Woof. Listen to your heart.
No.
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 All right, sounds really cool. Welcome to Chicago.
Thanks.
You picked a hell of a day to arrive. I know it's hard to tell, but outside, I think we're in single digits right now, covered in snow.
Hell yeah.
Quite a different scene from Los Angeles.
It certainly is.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you here. We see a lot of bands come through, some that have been around for a while and some new. This one's relatively new, yeah?
It's newer.
Newer.
Certified pre-owned.
Well, like 2017 was the start, I heard?
Yeah. Me and Mandy started writing songs together in 2017 and started playing shows in 2018 with Echo here behind the drum kit and put the album out last year. And now here we are.
Congratulations.
In the audio forest with Audiotree.
Did you all know each other before the band started? Or?
Greg was dating one of my friends, and I moved to LA 8 years ago from New York, and just asking around for people to play with, and who would want to write music with another bass player. Mm-hmm. And so, Greg was willing.
Yeah, I think we tried to get together and write a couple times. Maybe we got something, maybe we didn't. And then I think we went to a Wire show, not together, but we were both at the same show. And then the next day we were we sat down to write something, and we were like, let's do something like Wire. And then I feel like that was
so that was a shared influence to start it.
Yeah, and then it was oh, there's a direction. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Yeah,
I was curious about the formation of the sound too. What was what was everyone listening to when the band started, or during your writing?
When Wire started?
Or no, when for this band, who are your biggest influences? Be it albums or bands or movies or whatever. What were you feeling when you wrote this album?
I think not speaking for Mandy, but speaking for myself. I always talk singing bands, and so. There's a long through line of those in American music. Mm-hmm. And then I think we also were pulling in some British post-punk influences. I feel like that's pretty much the merger. And then I grew up liking power pop bands. And so I think there's a little aspect of 70s power pop pub rock that kind of sneaks in here and there. There's been some really specific ones where we were there was one song where I think we were vibing or maybe just expressing our admiration for Pepper by Butthole Surfers, and we were how does Pepper by Butthole Surfers work?
Yeah, he's got that really low verse that just kind of rolls on and on.
Yeah, and then it only has one chord, and the chord never changes, and I was okay, right, you don't actually need chord changes. It could just be one chord.
Yeah, and more or less is more, right?
There's a certain number of our songs that have one chord or two chords, and kind of pulling from that idea. Yeah,
the way the lyric style works too, I was going to ask how you think that sits with the band. Because there's a lot of disjoint and random images and leaps that are made in the lyrics, and yet you have this kind of pop structure to the music itself. Do those things speak to each other? The music and the lyrics, or do they kind of exist separately?
I think when we started writing in in middle of 2017, it was post-presidential election, and I think we felt, both me and Mandy, there was just a lot of psychological pollution in the world.
Yeah.
Literal pollution, but also just a lot of mind pollution. Mm-hmm. And I think that this records are less written to be like that, and more just that feels true to us right now. Whereas a narrative song that tells a little story doesn't feel quite as true.
Yeah, you're throwing all these fragments together, and that's more of a mirror of the common mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. You ready to play a few more songs?
Yeah, we can do some more songs.
All right, let's hear it.
Yet, just give me some time. I'm feeling fine, but not better than fine. If there's one piece of advice that I want to pass along, it's to dress for the dog you want, for the dog you want. Got blood under my fingernails from scratching my head. We got a lot of croutons, so we better make a salad. My new therapy is just thinking about my friends. Maybe that's what it feels like to miss someone. I got memories that aren't that good. I got dreams and dreams are not that good. I'm announcing loudly, I don't know what's going wrong. I tried turning it off and then turning it back on. Do I look better when I'm suffering? There's no connection. I'm announcing loudly that we were never friends. No shirt, no shoes, no justice. I did not mean to offend. Everything might be okay. There's no connection. There's no connection. petition for you to sign. Well, just let me know when you finish taking down capitalism, man. Until then, I'm gonna stay inside, I'm gonna stay in. I got memories that aren't that good. I got dreams and dreams are not that good. I'm announcing loudly, I don't know what's going wrong. I tried turning it off and then turning it back on. Do I look better when I'm suffering? There's no connection. I'm announcing loudly that we were never friends. No shirt, no shoes, no justice, I did not mean to offend. Everything might be okay. There's no connection. There's no connection. Dreams and dreams are not that good. I'm announcing loudly, I don't know what's going wrong. I tried turning it off and then turning it back on. Do I look better when I'm suffering? There's no connection. I'm announcing loudly that we were never friends. No shirt, no shoes, no justice, I did not mean to offend. Everything might be okay. There's no connection. There's no connection. All right, this song's about house shoes. It's called House Shoes. House shoes. House shoes. House shoes. House shoes. Okay. Let's do the mortal coil shuffle, the cumulative average of wasted time. Anxiety plus caffeine. Every pleasure is guilty and the pleasure is mine. Only one of us is keeping score of the game. Where'd you get the band name? Where'd you get the band name? Edible arrangements. Everything is okay. Got my old phone replaced. Now I do nothing faster than I did yesterday. And I took off my shades just to fall on my face. It was such a disaster that I canceled my date. Like I did before, life is long like a CVS receipt. Not much to do unless you eat your cake and dance like wedding guests. Life is long, there's no laundry left to clean. Not much to say unless you had a slow joke you wanted to tell, I guess. Let's do the in limbo, the emergency alert for celebrity net worth. Omen and omen. A man, a plain bagel and an omelet. One more song. Yeah, we're getting famous, but they still spelled the name wrong. Some personal news. Everything is okay. Got my old phone replaced. Now I do nothing faster than I did yesterday. And I took off my shades just to fall on my face. It was such a disaster that I canceled my date. Like I did before. Life is long like a CVS receipt. Not much to do unless you eat your cake and dance like wedding guests. Life is long, there's no laundry left to clean. Not much to say unless you had a slow joke you wanted to tell, I guess. Life is long like a CVS receipt. Not much to do unless you eat your cake and dance like wedding guests. Life is long, there's no laundry left to clean. Not much to say unless you had a slow joke you wanted to tell, I guess. This next number is called I Only Say I'm Sorry When I'm Wrong Now. It is not a literal self-description, but perhaps sometimes it serves as an aspiration. At the end of the song, it repeats as a mantra. And if you'd like to join us in song, alone, in your home, or with your friends, crowded around your computer, or wherever you may be watching or listening to this, we can have a community experience, each of us, remotely. Hit it, Echo. Through your nose and out through your mouth. You are not hungry, but you could still eat. You pour the paint. The color is blue. There's nothing wrong with your face. Mine looks like that too. You're no longer fine with the way that things are. Your heroes are dead, and so I guess you're the hero now. People say a lot of interesting stuff when you take your headphones off and you drop your phone into the toilet of history. I only say I'm sorry when I'm wrong now. I only run the air when it's warm out. I only text the friends that I like now. I only talk trash if I thought it out. And everything's okay, nothing is on fire. I already burnt it all, and it's just ash now. I only drive the car if I can't walk around. When I'm wrong now. Paper cut from the frozen pizza box. You've received assurances that you're a friend of the pod. Balloon in the rafters is right twice a day. Sadly head banging while you wait in the parking lot. You ruled the world for like 3 minutes, and now they've replaced everyone else on your flight with crying babies, and you're the second person pissing in the pissing contest, but you can spread your arms and be in airplane mode. I only say I'm sorry when I'm wrong now. I only run the air when it's warm out. I only text the friends that I like now. I only talk trash if I thought it out. And everything's okay, nothing is on fire. I already burnt it all, and it's just ash now.
Telephones creep their way into songs more and more lately, and I noticed there were like 4 phone references in that last tune. How did the phone find its way into that song so much?
It's a metaphor.
Cool. Yeah. Next question, Greg. This one's for you specifically. What do you think it's like? Oh. Good answer. I think I just saw a commercial the other day about kazoo players. It's like a new Facebook thing. I think they're trying to get people interested in Facebook again. So they had this whole kazoo thing happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on
You saw that
I
one too?
saw that on the plane here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, whatever the intention was, it's working because I remembered it, and I never remember commercials. So, yeah.
That's a siren whistle. That's not a kazoo.
Oh, thanks for clarifying. Yeah.
Just want to make sure we have our terminology right.
Get the right instrument.
I'm going to answer your questions from earlier in the set. Electricity or running water? Electricity.
Why?
I feel like it's like a natural urge for people that maybe no one gets a chance to do anymore, but to go collect water from someplace and bring it back home.
So you want to go dig your own well.
I want to go.
Yeah. But as long as you can plug in your phone when you get back.
Yeah, and like play guitar and stuff like that. Yeah, with electricity. So I
You don't
like
need
electric
electricity
guitars.
to play guitar.
Yeah. Well, these guitars. So. And Bernie Sanders or Taco Bell. I've never liked Taco Bell ever, so that was easy. I'll take Bernie.
We wanted to give you an easy one.
Okay, so are we all Bernie on that one, or is anyone Taco Bell? Everyone's Bernie? Okay, cool.
Emphatically Bernie.
This is the one I found most interesting. Dunk a basketball or speak every language.
Now, wait, before you answer, what would you guess the ratio of other people?
I'm going to say it's actually, I bet most people would say dunk a basketball.
What percentage would you say?
72.
Okay. And what's your answer?
Mine's dunk a basketball.
Wow.
Why?
Because I feel like it's a solitary endeavor. Like, even though you're playing a team sport, once you go up for that dunk, like, you're all alone. It's peace and quiet, and you're about to dunk that basketball. Whereas if you spoke every language, people would constantly at parties be like, Andrew, say that in Greek, But there's not always a hoop around for you to show off your dunking skills. It could be like this thing that's just for you.
Right. I will say in my travels, I have asked a lot of people that question. And I would say about 2/3 say speak every language, and 1/3 say dunk a basketball.
Liars everywhere. Everyone wants to dunk that basketball.
I think, there's like so many advantages to speaking every language. Like, some people are like, oh, it's economic advantage if you could speak the language of commerce in every part of the world. Some people are like, oh, you could read all the great literature and history, or listen to all the great podcasts. And some people are like, more empathy, more communication with other people, So I would say, you're definitely in the minority of people I have personally surveyed. Yeah. But, I invite Audiotree viewers and listeners to explore their inner life and answer the question for themselves.
I think there's like a message board on the live stream. Maybe people can type in now and have like a basketball or language debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a shameless dunker, so.
I've never, ever cared about dunking a basketball.
So you're a language person then. What's Echo think?
I'm going to go with dunk a basketball.
All right, yeah. It just sounds really fun.
I think the challenge of the question is justifying why it would be dunk a basketball.
Yeah. Well, it's thrill seeker, or like, are you trying to be like more, empathetic and worldly and wise, and are you trying to reach out into the world, or like have this inner like thrill thing? So, so you guys left LA. We have a few shows here at Shuba's tonight in Chicago.
Yes, we are playing at Shuba's tonight. With Noiseland and Ferret Bueller. We could not be more excited.
Ferret Bueller.
Not
Ferret. Okay, cool. And then we go to Philly and New York City, right?
Yeah, Philly with Bad Moves, our faves, and Pouring Silver at Kung Fu Necktie. That's on Saturday. Then we're in New York City in Rough Trade with Bad Moves again. Still our faves, and Gobbin Jr. opening, one of our other faves. So yeah, it should be all rippers, no skippers on this little jump.
Yeah, it's a fun way to close out one of the coldest months of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, people were like, "Oh, you guys are playing cool venues on this little run," and
You picked some good ones.
You know, the promoters were like, "It's hard to get people to go to any of these places when it's this cold."
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah, leave your house when it's 5 degrees.
Yeah,
to go
go
to a
on
show.
tour when no one else is on tour, and then you're all set.
Anything planned in the future beyond this little run? What are you guys up to now?
You know, we have a habit of releasing a new song every 6 or 8 weeks, seems like.
Yeah, there are a handful of singles on your discography right now.
So we're going to keep scattering out some singles.
Yeah, we have plenty more to come.
Do you do the illustrations for those?
I do them.
That's yours?
I do all the art, yes.
All the food?
Yes,
Yeah.
all the food. And this new run is electronics, if you haven't noticed.
I did. I saw some Nintendo in there.
Yeah, there's
and
Atari versus Nintendo. There's Apple IIc versus the
iMac.
iMac.
The
I was like,
blue
what is
iMac,
it called?
the original
blue
iMac.
clamshell. Yep,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
The iMac. I'm still trying to come up with more because we have a lot more singles to release.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I do all the T-shirt design and
Cool. You are a fan of talk music.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Kozilek fan?
I'm not an anti-Kozilek fan, but
Okay.
I'm neutral on Kozilek.
Neutral on him?
Yeah,
What about Malcolmus?
big Malcolmus
Yeah.
fans.
yeah.
Big Pavement fans in the room?
Yeah.
Cool.
Love Jonathan Richman. I think that was like our
Yeah, Jonathan Richman was a key
Yeah.
influence. We're like, oh, this
Yeah.
kind of sounds like Jonathan Richman. Then we're
Yeah,
like,
very much.
we
Yeah,
can go there.
I heard some Arthur Russell in your voice too. Actually,
Okay.
You ever get that?
No, but that's a good one.
Specifically, that song where he's talking about cleaning up his room.
Hmm.
Do you know this one?
Mm-mm.
I don't know the exact title, but he's just talking about how good it's going to feel to clean up.
okay.
A lot of similarities there.
Other ones we get a lot that I've never really listened to. They Might Be Giants.
I don't know that band either. That
And
well.
I mean, like I've
do.
heard all the famous They Might Be Giants songs, but it was not weighing on us as an influence. So just letting the internet know. And Jeffrey Lewis.
Yeah.
That was actually one where we were writing a song, and Mandy was like, "Oh, this feels a lot like Jeffrey Lewis," and I was like, "Who's that?"
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some
Coming from New
Pixies in
York,
there
I knew
too.
Jeffrey Lewis, and yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to be a indie rock band and not sound a little like the Pixies.
Yeah.
Of course.
Something that I've come across, because I'm kind of a fan of talk music too, and this is a dirty phrase for me, but how do you feel about the words, and I don't even want to say it almost, stream of consciousness? What's your take on this? Because I feel like a lot of people would easily like plug you as that. What's your opinion?
I mean, as it relates to us, or just streams of consciousness?
As it
If you're
as it
gonna
relates
call
to
us-
your music, this band.
You know, I can see how it might scan as a stream of consciousness. It is emphatically written. We write the lyrics, we write them together, and they are written with reasoning. They're written almost in a classical songwriting sense of like, we come up with the song concept and then we organize the lyrics around the concept.
Sure.
But they're written mostly without a narrative. And so I think maybe the lack of narrative through the organization makes it feel like it's all being improvised.
Yeah, but there is a theme.
It's
that's guiding
curated
it.
thoughts like
Yeah.
put together. Yeah.
Cool.
So I would.
Curated thoughts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing more about that. You ready to play your last two?
Yeah, let's get it. This one's the new single. You got the rap air horn in there? Yeah. If I say this is the new single, can you go? Pew, 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 pew? Okay, here we
I
go,
don't
Rick.
think
Ready? This one's the new single. Reward points. I have to wait a year for my birthday, like everyone else. An odd form of mourning, huge collection of DVDs, and I am looking at my phone in peace. Send my fondest regards to the comment section. The comments are neither created nor destroyed. A disconnected smoke detector, oftentimes or all the time. I'm retracting the invitations and pulling down the decorations. I don't wanna think about the life I learned to live without. Diet Coke and diet fries. Diet life, but super but it don't make me. All right, we got one more for you. It's a song called Dry Heat, Nice Town, a song that Mandy and I wrote a little while after a protest march, asking ourselves, if mass social movement led to anarchist utopia in Los Angeles, what would it be like? And the answer is you could get free juice at the 7-Eleven. So here's the song. It's a dry heat. Quit everything, do nothing. America's in retrograde on a protest sign. It's a bad wig, but she didn't need that money anyway. $20 in the ATM and there's a $3 fee. You sound good when you're screaming. You don't need to dress up. It's laundry day anyway and you can wear what you're wearing. You can't cover late capitalism over with makeup anymore. Plus you're richer than God and more handsome. Too good to work in a business. Too good to work for anyone. Nice town, a lot of anarchists. We're taking two of everything at the 7-Eleven. Nice town and it will end like this. The green juice is free now, is free now. So you think you're better than us now because you work for a major corporation. But the truth is you'll never be as good as us because we are so much smarter and care way more. You're not until you are. You don't need directions. You're not saving power, you're just wasting paper towels. We don't have to march long. Just until we're over injustice, patriarchy, and American imperialism. Too good to work in a business. Too good to work for anyone. Nice town, a lot of anarchists. We're taking two of everything at the 7-Eleven. Nice town and it will end like this. The green juice is free now, is free now. Okay, here's the instrumental break. To work in a business. Too good to work in a business. Too good to work in a business. Too good to work for anyone. Nice town, a lot of anarchists. We're taking two of everything at the 7-Eleven. Nice town and it will end like this. The green juice is free now, is free now. Nice town, a lot of anarchists. We're taking two of everything. Will end like this. The green juice is free now, is free now.
All right, it's been Cheekface. Thanks so much for playing today. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Good luck in the next 3 shows. Thanks to all of our viewers and Audiotree's production staff and engineers. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
All right, so you guys want to do it for real now?